stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, it is our public input on agenda and non-agenda items. I welcome any members of our audience to speak at this time.
Thank you. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you sit, I guess, we do not have a draft 3 presentation tonight. So fortunately or unfortunately. So real quick, the state is later than usual. As we know, it's due by April 1st, the state budget. They've signed now 3 extenders. We just recently, today, got an email from John McDonald saying that it looks like a 4th one's going to be signed. The extenders just keep the government paid while the budget is waiting. And he actually stated in his email, Adam and I both texted him yesterday about any update. He stated in his email, I have no update, we're not getting any information. In the newspaper, they talk about the late budget, and they do not mention school aid at all. They're talking about some criminal justice stuff and some mask wearing stuff and things like that, that they're still battling, the 3 groups, well, the governor and the 2 houses. So it's a problem for us, it's a problem for all schools. So we are kind of in a holding pattern. What we'll just have to do is one of 2 things, depending on next Tuesday's the earliest, what John said in his email, next Tuesday's the earliest things will get done. That's spring break. So we could have a special meeting later next week if people are around, just to have a budget discussion. Otherwise, we don't have a choice. Correct me on that, right? April 22nd, we have to approve our budget.
You have to approve it that week.
So our meeting is April 22nd, Tuesday. Remember, it's Tuesday that week instead of Wednesday because of the Questar budget that has to get approved. So we have to approve it that night or have a special meeting after that. And also have draft 3 and a discussion at the same time, which becomes a little bit of a problem because we have to have the number finalized on the agenda to make it official. So it'll be a little background work. So there'll have to be some kind of budget discussions next week, whether we all can get together and have a meeting or do it a different way. But we'll keep you posted as we get details, but it's a little bit tough for us. We're going to be guessing a little bit on the state revenues. Adam and I had a detailed meeting today. If the state revenues are not finalized, then we'll probably come back with some idea about, remember right now in our last draft 2, we talked about 600,000 possibly coming in addition from the state, from the governor's budget to the final budget. If we are guessing on those revenues, we may have to increase our reserve allotment or our fund balance allotment to make up that money in hopes that the money does come through, and if it doesn't, we'll make some decisions after. It'll be the final budget, but we'll just, our attrition plan will be in full effect, which is going to be anyway. So we've been reviewing since draft 2. We've been looking at it just about every day. We've been talking to administrators. I met with all the elementary principals and Mr. McShane last week, so we're doing some work. Just wish we could have more final information from the state. So it'll be kind of a last minute thing, but I do think we're going to get to a spot where we're kind of already there, and still the plan is still not to lay anybody off. I know that's been all of our goal and aim throughout this process, and that's still what we're planning on doing and hoping to do. So, I mean, Friday report this Friday will probably be a similar message, but maybe there'll be some information next week that I'll tell you. Can I just quick poll, are people around next week for spring break? Are people? So if we have to have a special meeting just to talk budget for a half hour, an hour, you guys are available. Okay, great. Thank you. That's it.
Approval of minutes. Motion on the floor for approval of minutes, March 26, 2025.
Second?
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Superintendent recommendation, human resources, staff matters unclassified and classified. Under unclassified, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 12.
Second?
Under discussion, Mr. Stiles, would you care to stand up and introduce yourself to us all?
Thank you. I think I know a lot of people here, but some I do not. No, I'd like to, thank Mr. Carmelo, thank the board for, for this opportunity. Really like to congratulate Dr. Watson on her upcoming, retirement, and I'm really looking forward to rejoining the team here in Troy and continuing all the great work that Dr. Watson and the team has started.
Well, welcome back. All those in favor?
Welcome home.
Opposed? Under classified, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 5.
Second?
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under superintendent recommendations, programs, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 4.
Second?
Discussion. Under discussion, we got a chance to sit in Linesville at a Questar dinner we went to, a few of us went to last week. They are so thrilled that they're joining forces with us with sports. And she said they're actually going to have like a spirit day where they're all going to wear Troy gear and stuff like that. So it's really exciting. And they want to start like flag football. They want to start practicing now and everything. So it was really good, and it was good for us to mingle with them too. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under superintendent recommendations, business finance, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 3.
Second?
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under board resolution, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 5.
Second?
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? District announcements. We have quite a lineup going down for our upcoming meetings. John always welcomes any of us that can go on any of the presentations once we have a budget in place. And so take a look. If you can come to any of them, it'll be great. Meet the candidates. The 7th. Okay, so that'll be here, right? Okay. And if you can't make it, let us know. Okay, let Teresa know. Let's see, good news. Before I start the good news, I really want to give a shout out to Mayor Mantello today. I made a phone call to her, and to Joe Mazzarella. He is the Commissioner of General Services. We're starting our Tech Wing project, and we just needed some help with some parking situations outside, and as soon as the call was made, they sent somebody up, and so they'll be parking where we needed it. I think I saw,
They're covering the sign.
they're covering the signs so that tickets hopefully won't be given out, but the mayor's office does know that we're allowed to park out in the street, so. But I want to say thank you to Mayor Mantello and to Commissioner Mazzarella. Carroll Hill third grade students walked the reading red carpet in style. Celebrations of student success are happening throughout the building as part of an ongoing curriculum recognition events. Preparations are under the way for School 16's annual Earth Day celebration, taking place Tuesday, April 22nd. This hands-on tradition is a great opportunity for students to give back to their school community and learn about environmental stewardship. Third graders at School 14 recently took a fun and literacy-inspired field trip to see Dog Man, the musical, at Proctor's Theater in Schenectady. That commercial drove me nuts on TV, okay? Drove me crazy. The experience also helped the students get excited to read the book series. Spring is in the air at the Troy Community School. The Community Garden Club is gearing up for another season of planting and hands-on learning. The March Madness Attendance Challenge showed positive results. Seniors have begun receiving college acceptance letters and visiting campuses as they take the exciting next steps toward graduation and beyond. Our student athletes are off to a great start this season. Varsity lacrosse earned their first win of the season, defeating Lansingburg 12-3, I guess. Oh, sorry. Flag football is currently undefeated 2-0 with wins over Shin and Gilderley.
Flag football is actually playing tonight after the meeting, if you want to go out.
Oh, it's really funny. Somebody stopped, the car stopped and I pulled up and said, "Where's the football?" And I was thinking, football? And I went, "Flag football, yeah, I'll run the football."
7 o'clock start.
I'm like, football's a great trick. Varsity baseball started strong in league play with a solid 8-6 win over Shell. We are going to be going immediately into executive session once we close the meeting. But if anybody has any good news and would like to share, I know you look like you want to tell me something really good, Danielle, don't you? Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm the senior person now.
Come on, Danielle, this is Dominica, please, the floor is yours.
No, we have a lot of really exciting things happening. We've had the news come a couple times. Our students in Spanish have been selling coffee to support students in Guatemala, girls be educated, so they've been going around selling coffee to staff members and their parents and community members, so that's exciting. We've had a couple of schools come and visit and see our Yonder process, and actually Ian shared with the staff today. They called back to really compliment the way we welcome our students and the interaction between all of our staff members. So I just think some really positive things, and our staff is working really hard, so.
Great,
We're going into
great.
spring on a positive note.
That was spring, yes. That's,
Was that set up?
You never know.
Wow.
does any,
I have one thing, ma'am.
go ahead.
Okay, so tomorrow we're doing, our PTO at School 14 is having a fundraiser at Friendly's. So please come, grab ice cream, grab dinner. We'll be there with flyers so that you can make sure that we get 20% of the proceeds. And 4 to 8. 4 to 8 tomorrow. Friendly's right here on, Music Street. There you go.
Anybody else with good news? You know, not making eye contact, Jim, but do you have good news back there?
You ready?
Answer it.
I have good news. We have a partnership with Russell Sage College and RPI, and I thought we kind of didn't touch base for a couple of months because things have been real busy on their end, but we've established that, and we're going to help our kids get summer jobs with those two colleges because they're local. Kids can get there, they don't have to worry about the transportation, and it's a lot easier than, you know, crossing the river or going somewhere else for jobs. So it's something we want to establish, and we're really keeping our fingers crossed with that.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Is there a reason why?
How's Mr. Crow doing?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Outstanding.
Yeah. I didn't want to ask, he's right behind us.
Outstanding.
Mr. Crow, do you have any good news for us?
Wow.
Yeah, really. I do this all the time.
We have tentative dates for the New York State testing due to this.
In May.
Johnny, you want to talk about that?
I did want to say, on my building visit at Mr. Campfield's school last month, I did ask the kids how Mr. Crow was doing, and they all raved about him. He's building strong connections. They said he's doing all right. He's doing all right. So I think it's going really well over there. So we're
Thank
happy
you very
about
much.
that. And we did have a statewide glitch on the testing today, so we had to pause. We did have some students finish day one of the testing, but not many. Most either weren't able to log in to get started, or they started and then it started glitching. So we, at first, Christina Cole and her team, Daryl, Jody, we were trying to navigate as it was happening, and we were thinking, let's just pause, we'll try again tomorrow, but then we really saw what was happening statewide, so we said, let's push it till after break, and hopefully by then it will be figured out and resolved. So it happened yesterday, which we were not testing yesterday. There's a big window for it, but we watched this happen yesterday, and we thought, oh, by today, it'll all be worked out, and it wasn't. So it's regrettable, because our kids really, I was disappointed more than anything, because our kids were so excited and fired up. We had test prep rallies. They were ready to show what they know. They were really pumped and ready to go. And it was kind of a letdown for them. So we're gonna have to get them back up again. I think, what did, Sabina, you said today, I don't know, we'll do something to get them primed and ready to go again.
Did you get to give out the snacks? I ran into one of the kids and they said, oh, it's gonna be the best snack day ever. And I was like,
Hopefully it's sorted out. We have a strong showing.
okay, motion on the floor to go back into executive session to discuss contractual negotiations.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion on the floor to adjourn this session and right here, thank you, Teresa. We will not reconvene in public space. So,
Second.
all those in favor? Again, thank you, everybody, for being here tonight.